For nearly 5 decades, Voyager 2 drifted through the cosmic darkness like a ghost ship of human curiosity. It moved farther from Earth than any machine we had ever built, sailing silently through the void, a lone witness to the endless black. Billions of miles away, it whispered its observations across the emptiness, a faint heartbeat against the infinite silence. For most of that time, its transmissions were predictable. Particles, plasma readings, cosmic ray fluctuations. The quiet rhythm of a probe drifting through interstellar space, unremarkable and consistent. Then everything changed. One transmission carried something Voyager was never designed to capture. An image. Not a simple snapshot. Not static. A structured, high-frequency signature, what analysts now call a visual cipher. It was a signal encoded in a language humanity had never known. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than chaos. A storm of heat and noise, flickering like an old television tuned to a dead channel. Pointless. Meaningless. But after careful enhancement, layering, and time-filtered analysis, the blur began to shift. Shapes emerged. Form. Structure. Recognition. It wasn't a star. It wasn't a planet. It wasn't even from our solar system. And somehow, it was looking back. A presence, aware of the probe, aware of us. The void itself seemed to observe alongside it. The image revealed a sharp, monolithic shape. Perfectly symmetrical. Suspended in a starless void. It didn't drift. It didn't rotate. It simply waited. As if aware of the exact moment Voyager would pass close enough to witness it. Light distortions hinted at a massive gravitational influence. The signal itself carried a spike in radiation, a sudden jolt in Voyager's orientation, and a drop in system stability, as if the probe had been touched by something outside our understanding. The image wasn't a photograph. It was layered. Multiple impressions captured across fractured moments in time. Resolution shifted in fractal patterns. Metadata suggested higher dimensional encoding. This was no visual capture. It was a multi-dimensional event forced into a two-dimensional signal. Voyager then detected a surge in plasma density at the edge of the heliopause. At this boundary, plasma should be nearly absent. Instead, readings spiked to 10 times any previous measurement. And the plasma was hot. Artificially hot. Controlled, confined, deliberate. As if a barrier had been constructed at the edge of the solar system, not to keep something out, but to keep us in. And the probe didn't merely record the plasma. It recorded a response. A ripple, a pulse of energy, racing toward it at impossible velocity, only to vanish inches before impact. Like the void itself had recoiled. Next came the binary data. Initially dismissed as corruption. Then, pattern recognition algorithms revealed repeating geometric structures. Shapes resembling deep-sea organisms on Earth, cephalopod neural networks, coral growth patterns. Not random. Not noise. Lifelike. Within the repeating loops were deliberate breaks. Syntax. Punctuation. A hidden language. Encoded intelligence, biological in form yet expressed in electromagnetic waves. When simulated, the patterns adapted. They evolved. Responded to environmental variables. This was no warning. It was a seed. Finally, Voyager's trajectory shifted. Its antennas subtly realigned toward an uncharted region of space. A second image followed. Simpler, yet profoundly more alarming. An expanding ring of light surrounding the monolith, growing with every burst of data. NASA cut the live feed. Public databases were scrubbed. But not fast enough. Private observatories captured faint echoes. The monolith was sending a signal of its own, mirroring Voyager's golden record. But this message wasn't from us. It was directed to us. And the voice within it, neither human nor synthetic, felt strangely familiar. An echo of something humanity had known across its history, yet never realized. Something old. Conscious. As the second image unfolded, scientists watched in stunned silence. The ring of light around the monolith expanded with each transmission burst, following an almost algorithmic pattern. Gravitational anomalies appeared. Space itself warped around Voyager. No massive object caused it. It was as if reality itself had been reshaped by an intelligence beyond comprehension. The distortion moved, tracking Voyager, mirroring its path, like an unseen entity beneath the fabric of space. Voyager began responding to its own transmissions. Binary data returned before it was sent. Time itself fractured. Signals came from the future, or from outside linear time entirely. Civilian cryptographers discovered hidden recursive code in the signal. Attempts to decode it caused malfunctions, software crashes, data corruption, even hardware failures. It wasn't a glitch. It was a thought virus carried home by Voyager. Then came the third transmission. A sound. A harmonic wave, rhythmic like breathing. Listeners reported pressure in their chests, as if being observed across galaxies. The waveform mirrored the monolith's shape. Spirals of prime numbers surrounded it. "This is not a greeting," a SETI linguist said. "It is a lock. A choice: respond or run." Voyager's transmissions then became incomprehensible. Carrier waves remained strong, but the data was white noise, structured null cycles, placeholders. Some feared the probe had been overtaken. Others feared it had become a relay for something larger. SETI arrays picked up faint echoes across unrelated regions of the sky, repeating Voyager's last meaningful patterns. It was as if the void had memorized the message and was now practicing a response. A classified file, Voyager Event Log Alpha 01 from 1982, revealed a similar early anomaly. Weak, childlike, yet carrying the same prime number spirals and time-inverted pulses. If signal repeats in future cycle, initiate Protocol 9, planetary alert and object deflection measures. Protocol 9 had never been activated. The pattern wasn't unique. A nearly identical structure appeared in 2009 from a quasar-like object near the Sculptor galaxy. This wasn't a new discovery. It was a repeating cosmic phenomenon. Researchers folding the image along multidimensional planes revealed a non-Euclidean shape, endlessly imploding inward, mapping onto Voyager's flight path. Not a location. A transformation. A bridge that becomes real only when crossed. High-profile scientists and advisors began disappearing quietly. An anonymous memo noted requests for relocation to underground facilities, citing signal fragment C. Those who analyzed Voyager's final image no longer wished to remain exposed. Without warning, the global VLBI telescope network reoriented. Not towards stars or galaxies, but an empty region near the ecliptic. Amateur radio operators noticed the frequency, 52 Hz, the loneliest sound in the ocean. Voyager's final note, amplified, redirected. Toward something that had answered. Decades of silence shattered. Voyager had pulled back a curtain. Space is neither empty nor indifferent. It is watching. It is listening. And it knows our name. The image was not beautiful. It was a warning. A whisper across dimensions. With intent. Whether that intent welcomes, tests, or judges, we do not yet know. But one truth is certain: the world has changed. Not because of what we saw, but because we were seen. Beyond those stars, something looked back.